Oh, what up? Good morning, good afternoon. Oh, James. I got a quote for
A lot
you.
of stuff.
Got a quote for you. In order for your dreams to come true, you got to be somebody else's nightmare. You have to be somebody else's nightmare. And I'm gonna let you know, a lot of nightmares happened this week. A lot of dreams crushed. A lot of dream hopes still alive. And we're going to talk about all of that. Just want to go ahead and, let y'all know it's Charles Comer and James on the Over and Under
What's up?
podcast. Welcome. This is our sixth episode.
Oh, dang, we had 6?
Six, bro. We've been doing this for a long time. Veterans already. Like you see, I'm in a new room. I'm in a new room. I got some hangers behind me. We're trying to get the audio fixed, so don't mind the hangers. Just it is what it is. If you would, please like and subscribe to the Instagram and to the YouTube. All the descriptions will be below in the podcast description. Leave us a comment if you want us to talk about something. Let us know who your favorite team is. And just let us know how you're doing today. We might give you some life advice one day also.
Hey,
But hey,
not qualified for that.
I'm qualified. You feel me? I got it.
Oh, okay.
So let's get right into it, James. It's getting down to the nitty gritty.
It is.
It's getting down to can't make mistakes, can't be undisciplined. And you gotta blow out the teams that need to be blew out. And I'm finally glad that Texas finally blew out a team the way they should have been doing all year.
Yep. I was surprised. I mean, not surprised that they won, but surprised that it wasn't close. Like they just blew them out. Which like I said last week, that's what I expect from Texas. But I thought this game was going to be close, which I'm glad they proved me wrong and just blew them out because I did not need to be hearing from these Tech fans talking all this noise about nothing, like they about to do something.
So. Yeah, you know how Tech be. We went to school up there in Lubbock. They love to rah. But as a Longhorn fan, you already know, baby, we're here to stay. First 10 in one season since 2009. Whew. Hey, it's been rough.
Hey,
it's been rough. I jumped ships like halfway through that little tenure. I came back though.
Jumped ship.
A good performance by offense, but even better performance by the defense. I think we have the best front seven in the league, in the college football league. There's the Bama, you got the Georgias, the Michigan, but I don't think anybody's messing with the Sweat, Murphy, the linebacker core. Now our secondary played well. Didn't play great, but they played well, right?
Yeah.
And Ewers played a good game, but blew. The running back, the sophomore running back, starting to carry the load, starting to get more touches. Yards. Hey, workhorse, starting to really get in his vibe. The depth that we have this year, I enjoy that because over the last couple of years, it's kind of like, do we have somebody that can get in there and really like be in a position to turn key, or do we have like just somebody that we just got to work with?
Yeah.
Ewers look well. His injury looks like it's progressing well. He's recovering from it well. However, Xavier Worthy did get hurt. Now, that's a week-to-week or a day-to-day thing. Probably keep y'all updated on that, but overall, it was a great performance, and we got to see the Don Dada of them all.
All right.
we got to see Archer Manning
Okay.
be in Austin, Texas, at the Longhorn Stadium, crowd going crazy. Oh, oh, you know who's? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. He had his own offensive lineman in there, his own receiver crew. He got some wheels too. Now Eli and Peyton run slower than a cow in a field. You know what I mean? Wild. But Arch got some little. He got a little speed to him, a little cheetah speed. I say a little cheetah speed. But overall, how do you think the game went?
It was domination, bro. I mean, at the first quarter, it looked like they were trying to get their footing and everything like that. But for the most part, because those few field goals that they hit in I think it was like the first quarter, second quarter, something like that. So
Yeah.
it was kind of like just getting their footing and everything, like against Tech and everything. And then when Tech scored, that's when I thought, okay, so this might be a game. But then after that, yeah, it was just they just took off with it. Defense just stepped up and shut down Tech. I mean, they much to shut down, but still, they they did what they did, and they ran away with it. So I mean, I'm glad that they proved me wrong and they just blew them out, because that's what I wanted to see from Texas. Just games like this when you know you're supposed to win and you don't play down to your competition. You just blow them out and move on to the next, going on to the conference championship. So all in all, I liked what I saw from Texas last night.
Yeah, it gives me good hope heading into the conference week as they play Big 12 championship here in Arlington, 11 a.m. Saturday, bright and early.
11. That's crazy.
And they are facing the Oklahoma State. Let me repeat that: Oklahoma State, not the Boomer Sooners, not the trash Sooners. We're facing Oklahoma State Cowboys. Now,
Crazy.
Ollie Gordon had 5 TDs in
Oh, he
Oklahoma.
did?
Yeah, yeah. He had 5 touchdowns in the comeback against BYU.
I was about to say, because it was not looking good at first.
It wasn't looking good at first, but they came back and won. And then in overtime, BYU got the ball stripped, and it was game over. So heading into next week, what do you expect to see Texas do to slow him down?
Play like this. And play exactly like this. I mean, like, we talked about this like off mic, texting and stuff, but Oklahoma State obviously isn't a first half team, bro. As long as
Yes.
you get a lead in the first half and then just keep the course, you should be good, to be honest, because obviously they don't know what to do when the game starts. They showed it in UCF and then BYU, who I think it was the week before too. I forgot who they played, but they don't show up in the first half. So if long as Texas don't let them sneak their way back in at the second half, they should be good. Just play exactly like this on defense and then just blow them out, which I think they can.
You think Ollie Gordon can give us some trouble? Do you think it's just a hit or miss? Like, you think he'll
It's
get
more
his
of a hit or
yards?
miss.
You think he'll get his yards, and then
I'm
he'll
gonna
be
say
like,
he's gonna be. Go ahead.
you think he'll get his yards and maybe a couple touchdowns, but when it comes to like those 3rd and 2 or those 4th-and-1s, that we'll be able to stop him and get the turnover or downs?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't think he'll get his yards. I'm gonna say he'll probably be under 90 yards. He'll make it
Under
and 1
90.
touchdown. Yeah,
Hold on, let
I
me
think
write that
so.
prop bet down. You said under 90? Let me write that
Yeah,
prop
I
bet
believe he'll
down.
be under 90.
Ollie Gordon under 90 per chance. Okay, cool. I got that
Yeah,
written
I think
down.
it's like under 90, maybe 1 touchdown. Because I feel like they're gonna be down for most of the game, so they're gonna have to throw the ball.
Yeah, they got some shifty wide receivers too.
Yeah,
Pretty
but
shifty.
as long as they don't get their running game going, Texas should be fine.
Yep. Well, I'm excited. We'll see who we pick at the end of the show because I got a couple picks. I got a couple bets I'm gonna throw out there to the people that listen. Appreciate y'all listening all over the United States. Appreciate people from Belgium. I have no idea who you are, but I appreciate you listening to the podcast.
Tell you, somebody's stationed over there or something.
I know, right? Somebody stationed. I appreciate it, man. We all over the world, all over the world. We appreciate it. But as we talk about, a team that dominates and everything, and yeah, the team that really took over today was Michigan. Michigan against Ohio State, the game of the year. The game of the year. The bragging rights. Jim Harbaugh's not on the field. Michigan's cheating allegations. Marvin Harrison Jr. Can J.J. McCarthy throw? Is Kyle McCord the Ohio State, primetime quarterback? And overall, if I'm Ryan Day, I'm getting out of Columbus.
I'm getting up out of here.
I'm getting out of Columbus because I've lost 3 straight years in a row. Okay. I've lost, if I'm Ryan Day, out of the 59 games, I've won 55. Sorry, I've won 54. I've lost 5 games. 3 of those are Michigan, 1 of those are Georgia, and 1 of those is Oregon. And those are both in the ones that are Georgia and Oregon in the national championship.
Mm.
The other 3 are from Michigan. Michigan owns me.
Man, see,
what?
I know I was talking all that mess last week about Michigan being overhyped. Hey, man, this is a week of everybody proving me wrong, I guess, because I really thought they was about to get washed by Ohio State. Truly honest, I thought it was not gonna be this close. I didn't even think they were gonna win, to be honest. So I was wrong. I mean, what else can I say? I mean, Marvin Harrison still went off for what he did, but Michigan, man, they I guess they're for real. I don't know. I guess I just don't want to see it. I think that's the thing. I just don't want to see it.
Look, I don't. Aside from the scandals and everything, right? Let's put that aside and just think Michigan as a football team, right? Michigan knows how to play ball. Michigan's got a good coaching staff. But let's rewind history a little bit. When you think of Ohio State quarterbacks, you think of Terrell Pryor, Cordell Jones, right? Kyle McCord is not it. He's not that guy. He's
got an 11-1 record.
But who have they played? Penn State, Notre Dame. That's the best wins they have is Notre Dame and Penn State.
Who's Michigan's best wins? I don't even know.
Ohio State and Penn State. That's their best wins.
Okay. So I mean, one team.
Listen. If you had to line up right now, if you had to go into a coaching position, and they're like, James, would you rather want to face Notre Dame or Michigan? Or Ohio State, sorry. Would you rather want to face Notre Dame or Ohio State? Who are you picking? Your job's on the line.
Playing Ohio State.
Yeah, okay, Bucko. Yeah, sure you are. Sure you're gonna risk.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna risk your whole job before face Ohio State when you could probably get an easy win against Notre Dame. Mind you, they only beat Notre Dame because Notre Dame.
You don't know it's gonna be an easy win.
Okay, let's just look at what Notre Dame is now. They lost to Clemson.
Clemson been on a winning streak.
Yeah, now
Clemson's still going up apparently.
Hey, we'll talk about Clemson later because stock is booming right now. Stock is actually booming.
Clemson to the moon apparently.
But just like Ryan Day can't get over that hump, and it's like he doesn't have a bad record, right? He doesn't have a bad record as a head coach, but Ohio State is all about beating Michigan and Penn State. Yeah, they won a national championship, but the fans want to beat Michigan. They want to beat Penn State consistently. You haven't beat Michigan in 3 years. Is time running out? Or is it like, you'll be okay?
I think they'd be just fine.
You don't think they fire him?
No.
No.
For what? Because they lost one game. I know
You
it's been
can't.
3 years in a row, but
3 years.
I know.
Come on, bro.
I know, but
That's
I'm saying you. But it's one game out of the season. You're going like to the playoffs almost every year, and you, of course, I mean, you've lost to Michigan 3 times, but come on now. Are
okay,
you gonna just fire this dude? Are you just gonna fire this dude because they can't beat Ohio State? Oh, I mean, Michigan. Michigan was in the same boat a few years ago with Jim Harbaugh couldn't beat Ohio State, and he's still there, probably cheating because that's how they figured it out, I guess. But it's beside the point. But like, I mean, you gotta fire for one game. They can't beat one team. They'll figure it out. They're still winning consistently. It's just Michigan. They can't beat, and I think they will next year if they just keep on the same going up from here. It wasn't like it was like a bad game. Like, it was close. So I mean, why would they fire them? They're 11-1 right now, and they haven't had a losing record for I don't know how long.
I think since the second year Urban Meyers, they haven't had a losing record. But you say that, right? Like, for us as casuals, I guess not casual fans, but like, to be a Michigan fan, right? That's like being, all right, say you went to school in Oregon, right? Because you're an Oregon fan. You went to school in Oregon ever since you were like 5, you've been an Oregon fan. You grow up, and the Oregon State rivalry is the talk of the town, right? The bragging rights. You get a new head coach, and he hasn't beat them in 3 years.
But now, again, like I said, Michigan was in the same boat when Jim
we're not
Harbaugh
worried about Michigan. We're worried about Ohio State.
But listen to what I'm saying, though.
Okay.
If it's the same case because they wrote out with Jim Harbaugh. Everybody thought he was in the hot seat because they couldn't beat Ohio State. Now look at them. Now Ohio State is going to figure it out. Like I said, just like Michigan did. It's just a matter of time. And you can't just fire somebody just because they keep losing to one team. They're winning consistently, going to the playoffs almost every year. I don't see the problem.
I think you're underestimating how big of a cult the Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State fans are. Like, I think you're underestimating like how much those wins matter to them. Like, for me, just I guess seeing on Twitter and just like kind of knowing how they are, and maybe I have actually a friend who's an Ohio State fan, and he hasn't talked to me yet. His name is we call him Saucy because we play Xbox, but he hasn't talked to me yet. And I text him and say, "Hey, are you okay? Michigan kind of owns you." And like he read the message, but he hadn't texted me back, so I'm pretty sure he's not gonna message me back anytime soon.
Okay, say if they do fire right day and they just start losing, what then?
Do they beat Michigan? Do they beat Michigan?
No.
Okay, then no.
I mean, okay, so wait. So okay, so they're in the one game, but then the rest of the season's a loss, but they beat Michigan, so it's fine then.
They'll dump that. I'm telling you, they'll dump that. Because listen, the talent that Ohio State gets, they're not gonna lose 2 games. But as long as they beat Michigan and Penn State, if they beat Michigan and Penn State and go to a bowl game, a New Year's Six bowl every year, they would not care. I promise you. If they beat Michigan and Penn State and went to a New Year's Six bowl every year, as long as they got them 2 under their belt and they could say, F you, we beat you, come again next year, hold these while you're at it, they would be perfectly fine.
So they can go 2-10 as long as they beat Penn State and Michigan. They'd be content.
Ohio State's never going 2-10. with the talent that they get.
I'm just saying. I'm just giving you a scenario. Like,
I don't
as
think.
long
I
as they
think
win
that
those
would
2
be
games,
bad.
it's fine.
I think that'd be bad if they just win those 2 games. But
So let me ask you this then.
Okay.
Let me just ask you this then. If you're the coach of Ohio State and you've lost to Michigan 3 years in a row, but like I told you earlier, you're going to the playoffs almost every year. You have a winning record every year. You go back after this third year. You're going home. Do you think you're in the hot seat just because of the fandom, or you just look at your resume of just what you've done in the past, however long he's been there, and
I'm in the hot
you're like,
seat.
I'm fine.
I'm in the hot seat.
All right.
I can't be Michigan. I can't
Move
be.
on. Move on. Move on. Sick of you.
I don't think you understand, bro. I can't be Michigan. It's the number one
whatever.
rivalry. It's the number one rivalry in college football, and you can't win.
I'm 11-1.
All right.
Whatever.
Yeah, okay. You 11-1. You 11-1. I'm just saying, bro. Like, so with Michigan winning that game, they go to play a team who's probably not even worthy of being in a conference title game, Iowa.
That blows my mind.
They're gonna blow them out. I think Michigan's gonna blow Iowa out. Won't be a competition, so more than likely, if Georgia doesn't lose, Michigan will be the number 1 seed in the college football playoff, and we'll see how that goes for them. We got to deep dive into that because I really want you to understand, bro. They care about that shit like Texas cares about beating OU. Like that's like being
but
back.
like with Texas hasn't had a good coach though. Every time there's like saying, "Oh, we got this new," like starting with Charlie Strong talking about they're about to win and they lose, and then they gave him 2 years. Cool, boot them. And then I forgot who the next coach was. The dude from Houston, right? I forgot his name. Anyways, beside the point. He doesn't win either. Boot him. Okay, got it. And now Sarkisian, he didn't start off, but now look at them now.
But
I mean, they lost to Oklahoma
to this year. But last year they blew them the hell out. They blew them out the building. And the year before that, they won. So you're 2-1 in the rivalry. And you beat Bama on the road. You beat Bama on the road. How are you on the hot seat?
But listen, so you're not even like last year. You blew them out in the rivalry or whatever, but you're not contending for a playoff spot. You're contending for a playoff spot now. Ohio State, they're still in contention.
They are. They shouldn't be, but they are.
So what are you talking about? Just because they lost to Michigan, Texas and Oklahoma go back and forth. But whatever. It's beside the point. Go on, move on. We're just gonna argue about this the rest of the night.
All right, so we're gonna move on, man. We're gonna move on to what I thought was going to be
hot over here.
take that hot ass sweater.
Got me arguing for nothing. Go ahead.
You gonna have Washington and Washington State. You had the battle of the air raid quarterbacks. You had Michael Penix against Ward, and honestly, Ward had the better game, but Penix had the better players in my view of the game. A Doomsday, 7 catches, 120 yards. He's going first round for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Is going first round. Michael Penix was banged up in this game. Hopefully, he's 100% next week against Oregon. But that secondary for Washington, it's not looking hot.
Man, this is one of the games that I picked. I think I picked Washington State, and I was this close. I was super close. If y'all not watching it, my fingers are like super close. Washington State almost had them, and I was hoping and praying they would, but But give it to Ward, man. That man played lights out. It just didn't fall their way. Just the last interception, I believe, killed them. And like you said, Penix has the better players on his side of the ball, and then Washington's defense showed up when they needed to. Their D line is crazy. I think last week I was kind of like talking
Yeah.
down on their D line, but they're showing out now. Like I'm saying, this is the week everybody's just trying to prove me wrong, I guess, because I've been talking hot shit and everybody's showing up. So, but only bright spot I can see is Kelly with 8 receptions, 106 and a TD, and then Ward just playing lights out with 317 yards and 3 touchdowns. Those 2 interceptions how to cost them, but I mean, this is the best you can expect for Washington State to play. They played the best football they can play. It's just Washington just has the better team. So kudos to them. But I guess we'll see Washington next week and see what happens.
Did you see the play call on 4th and 1? That was the craziest play call ever.
The reverse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like, wait, where is the ball?
Penix snaps it, turns his back to the offensive line, hands it off to Doomsday, and they get the first down. And I'm just like, to have the faith in your quarterback and your players to do that on 4th and 1 with your season on the line, that's a hell of a team. That's a hell of a unit. If Penix is banged up, I still think he'll play next week.
Yeah.
But now we really got to discuss, because I know Oregon's your team, right? Oregon's your team, and they gotta play Michael Penix and Washington, a Washington team who hasn't looked really 100% on offense.
Yeah,
probably for like the last 5 weeks, I say. And they really clicking on all cylinders like that. And they got to go into Vegas, and they got to go first an Oregon team that's been figuring it out together. That's got the stamina, the scheme, the motivation. Do you think Oregon blows them out, or do you think it's kind of like tricks on you now? We kick a field goal and we win the game.
I think it's a 2 touchdown win by Oregon. I think it'll be close for a little bit, but the way Oregon's been playing after that Washington loss is they've just been lights out, dude. And how Washington's been playing since that Oregon win, not so hot. So I just think it'll be close for a little bit, but I think Oregon will pull it out with two TDs. It's not gonna be a complete blowout, but 2 touchdowns is what I give Oregon.
2 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Now look, I got faith in Grandfather Bo, you feel me? I got faith in Grandfather Nix. I got faith in Franklin. But I'm not counting out that man Penix. It's just something different about him, right? It's something like you can look at him and say, I'm going to get 4 quarters from him. And I think it's going to come down to those 4th downs, just like it did last game. Because, Oregon's going to go for it on 4th down. And now Washington's going to go for it on 4th down. So it's going to be who can hold the ball the longest, who can convert every single time, and who can stop somebody on the 4th and 1s and the 3rd and 1s, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this weekend is gonna be crazy. I'm so glad I'm off. I'm telling you right now. I get off Saturday morning at 4:00. I'm coming in here taking me a quick nap. And you're gonna catch me at Pluckers with the biggest chicken strips you've ever seen in your life.
Dang,
watching every game.
Crazy right now. I'll get Pluckers when I go to Austin.
Bro, Pluckers, I swear, the Pluckers chicken strips were like literally like that big last time. My wife was like, "What did you get?" I was like, "I don't even know if this is a chicken strip. Like, this is like this must be a bird. Like it's crazy.
It's a whole bird.
A whole bird." But speaking of crazy, 10-year anniversary of the Iron Bowl, of Auburn running it back. from a field goal and beating
Yeah.
Alabama. But now, 4th and goal from the 31. You got eight. You got eight. 8 cornerbacks drop back. 8 players drop back. You're rushing 3. Milrow has all the time in the world. You leave one guy 101 with James, that guy Bond, and they catch it. How do you go home and sleep at night?
First of all, I don't know who Nick Saban and the Alabama booster are praying to, but they must be sacrificing lambs or something in the bag. I don't know what they be doing, but ain't no way this man should have converted that. But anyways, if I'm Auburn, I'm going home. Hey man,
They don't
I
make
might
a
not
bowl
show
this
up
year.
Monday.
No, they're done. They didn't make a bowl. I don't think so. Did they get 6 wins? I don't think.
Yeah, they're 6-6.
Okay, so yeah, so they're in the bowl. But imagine
like in the Fiesta Flat Tire Bowl or something. But, but I mean, they got it. But,
imagine losing to New Mexico State, right, at home. You never lost to a G5 team since like the 90s. You get blown out by New Mexico State at home. Okay, cool. You got to face Alabama. They've been good this year. And you go toe to toe with them, right? Mm-hmm. You didn't pass for over 100 yards in the game, but you ran it. You ran it. You ran it up, right? And then your defense gets down there, and I saw it actually on the play. Auburn's linebacker clapped. You remember when Alabama fumbled or snapped the center snapped the ball and Jalen Milrow wasn't ready for it? That's why it was back 4 and 31. If you look at it on the video, Auburn's player actually clapped. So it was kind of like they should have called that, but they didn't because it's the Iron Bowl. You're not gonna call it, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, like you get down there, your defense has them pinned back. You call a timeout. Whatever Hugh Freeze, who's the Auburn's head coach, said in that huddle, if it wasn't knock the ball down or get to the quarterback or, hey, intercept the ball, he deserves to be fired immediately. Now, we want to talk about a coach that deserves to be fired for not beating a rival. It's Hugh Freeze. Right.
See, this is where you should be on the hot seat. You had like 40 seconds left in the game, and you let them convert that. Yeah, you should be on your job should be on. I wouldn't even show up on Monday. I just say, hey man, just leave me a voicemail. I know I'm done. I'm packing up the house. I'm calling up the U-Haul. So hey, be here 8 a.m. Monday. We out of here. We moving on to somewhere else because I messed up. Because how you on 4th and whatever, like 30 or something? How do you let that happen?
4th and goal on the 31-yard line. James, I looked at the odds. It's like 1 in a trillion that happens. 1 in a trillion.
If I'm a player, the coach got to see me. Coach got to see me.
If I'm a player on Auburn's side, you remember when Miami didn't kneel the ball and they fumbled? I think they played. Was it Georgia Tech? Yeah, they played Georgia Tech.
I don't remember who they played.
I remember it was Georgia Tech. Miami didn't kneel the ball. They fumbled. Georgia Tech got the ball back and they scored. And there's a video of the lineman on the sideline, and he was like, "What the fuck are we doing?" That would have been me. On Auburn's sideline, I would have went up to my coach's face and been like, "What are we doing? Like, how does that happen, right?"
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me. Alabama didn't have a great game overall. Like, it was okay. I expected
Yeah.
better since we've been talking about them being a well-oiled machine. They kind of started off slow, but now they're doing well. But at the same time, Georgia did struggle with the same Auburn team, and they won by 3. So maybe it's something about going to play in that stadium, right? Maybe it's
Yeah.
something that's the atmosphere and the loudness. Just it's something about that stadium that gives Auburn that little hype. But it's already been set that Alabama was going to Atlanta to play in the SEC championship game against Georgia. But
Yeah.
now it's really like for high stakes. Who you got? I know. I said we're gonna do the picks at the end, but I gotta know who you have here because we gotta have
I
a
still have
discussion.
Georgia. I
You
still have
have Georgia
Georgia.
still.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you have Georgia still?
I just haven't. Well, I say that, but then they kind of struggled at the beginning with Georgia Tech. But from what I've seen, besides this last week, Georgia hasn't really played bad. They've always just been consistent. In Alabama, they lost to Texas. They've struggled with this team. Um, I feel like they struggled with another team a few weeks ago, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't see them beating Georgia. I think it'll be a game, but I don't. I think Georgia edges it out. I think Georgia just has more um, athletes on their team, especially on
Mm.
defense, and then also their what's it called? Oh my goodness, the running backs. Goodness, couldn't think. But yeah, I again it'll be close. I say a touchdown, but Georgia, but maybe not even a touchdown, maybe a field goal. But I don't see Alabama beating them.
Okay, Georgia. Say Georgia wins, right? Alabama
Yeah.
loses. Has 2 losses on the year. Because I the conversation we had with the coaches rivalry, right? Because that's a huge rivalry,
Mhm.
Alabama versus Georgia. Nick Saban's not on that hot seat.
Yeah.
He's not on the hot seat, right? I think Alabama pulls this out, and I think they pull it out because of one reason. I don't think Georgia's linebackers are going to be able to contain Milroe. Now, I don't think Milroe's going to be able to throw against Georgia's secondary like that. The
Yeah.
Georgia's secondary is first class. You feel me? First class. Like you
Mhm.
mess up with them, you throw a ball too short. You gotta be on your bread and butter when you're playing against the secondary to get anything. I'm gonna take Alabama. I'm gonna take Alabama by 7. I think it'll be a touchdown. Carson Beck has just been too good. He's got to mess up. At some point, he has to mess up.
You gotta mess up.
He got to mess up. They're going to be in Georgia, going to be in that dome. At some point, they got to mess up. I think this is the stumble. I think this is finally the loss. Like the record set, they have the most wins, consecutive wins. But I think this is where Nick Saban reminds Kirby Smart that you are my son. I did make you. I'm never counting that man out, right? Nick Saban, I'm never counting him out. But yeah, I'm going with Alabama, man. I'm not gonna knock him. Not gonna knock him at all.
Okay. If you think so.
James, bro, hear me out. No. Hear me out, James.
You
No,
just
no, no,
explained it to
no,
me.
no, no. Listen, no, I did explain it to you, but hear me out because I want to go back in our conversation because I'm still trying to get you to understand this. You're the coach of Texas A&M, right?
No, I was about to say we're not going back to the Michigan thing.
Yeah. You're the coach of Texas A&M, right? You lose to Texas 3 years in a row, you're out of there, bucko. I don't care how many games you won. You're out of there. You are out of there. Whoever the new Texas A&M coach is, if he loses to Texas 3 years in a row, give him his buyout. Give me some new money. He's out of there. Just wanted to say that.
All right, whatever.
But speaking, who was almost out of there, Florida State versus Florida. The game of the nobles against the undisciplined. Because my God, how do you get kicked out of game for spitting? Never heard of that.
Never.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see that unsportsmanlike conduct.
No, I meant
One
like
of
you never seen
the,
that.
I've never seen no one get a personal foul for spitting.
Man, that's like a biohazard.
Well, I know it's a biohazard, but I never knew. Like, I've never seen someone personally get kicked out of game, like watching
Gotcha.
a game, get kicked out for spitting. I've never seen a team that's trying to get the ball back and win the game hit the quarterback when he's sliding and he's 4 yards away from the first down. I mean, I just,
Yeah.
I don't. I never seen a player when his offensive coordinator is trying to tell him to get back, he swats him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Bill Napier and that Florida Gators team is exactly what their record is because they're undisciplined and
Yeah.
they're wild.
They shot
Now,
themselves in the foot with all I don't know, man. Like you're playing well. You're doing what you can. I mean, you're never not supposed to be in this game, and you doing dumb penalties like that, getting kicked out of the game. I don't understand it. Like you said, it's undisciplined. It's just ugly football all around. Just play the game, and then just if you lose, you lose. But you don't have to do all that just because you're a little frustrated. I know emotions run high and everything, but come on now. It's just that's not needed.
none needed at all. And to be honest with you, Shoemaker from Florida State didn't play a great game. Keon Coleman only had one catch for 27 yards, but the workhorse Benson came through with 3 touchdowns, right?
Yeah, the run game was solid.
And like, I don't even want to talk about Florida because they're just such a disappointment, bro. But Florida State, we got to have a talk. If they win out, do you think the committee snubs them?
I think so.
Really? You think a undefeated ACC champion gets snubbed by the committee and go to the playoffs?
I say that just because they don't have their starting QB, and I know the committee has all these things that they do to get somebody in the playoffs or whatever. But they see that and they see them without their starter. I think they look at that and say, you know what? Do we really want to see them go in there with a backup who might not even be up to the challenge to play in this playoff against whoever they face, a Georgia or Alabama, without their main quarterback? You know what I mean? Like, I that's what I think will happen. But hey, crazy things happen. So
But I understand it, right? But I'm looking at it as, do I put an undefeated Florida State over a one-loss Ohio State? Do I put a undefeated Florida State over a one-loss Oregon? Even though if they do win the Pac-12, right, they get their lick back, right? They get their lick back. They beat Washington, but they
yeah,
still have that. They still have that stain of that one loss. It's hard to win every game.
you
It's
look at
hard
this game
to.
and say like, hey, they show with Florida. If Florida doesn't shoot themselves in the foot, Florida wins this game. And you throw this Florida State team in the playoff with, like I said, one of these SEC teams or Washington or something, and they don't have a quarterback that can throw the ball the way he needs to the players that need to get it. I
But
don't know.
you could also look at it as Shoemaker got hurt, and he's a tough quarterback, and he came back in the game after taking that big hit. Maybe Florida State does have something there, and they just need a
Who's
chance.
Shoemaker? Are you talking about Roadmaker?
Yo, Roadmaker. I swear I thought his name was Shoemaker.
I was like, I was like, time out. I was like, wait a minute, who are you talking about right now?
Whoa. I'm talking about Shoemaker, bro. It's a whole Roadmaker out here, right?
I was like, wait a
Damn.
minute.
Roadmaker. My apologies. Roadmaker comes back in the game after taking a big hit. Do you not look at the committee and be like, Florida State's got a tough quarterback, right? It's a rivalry game. It's always going to be tough. You can look at Georgia. You look at Bama's win. You can look at Texas' win was dominant. Washington's win, excuse me, Oregon win was dominant. But you went undefeated. You beat everybody. You beat LSU. You beat Florida. You beat the good teams in your car. You beat Clemson in overtime in Death Valley. That's hard to win. Like we said last week, the only loss that Clemson has is to Florida State in Death Valley. It's hard to win in Death Valley, and you went in there and beat them. So to leave them out, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving them out. But I need them to do damage to play when they play Louisville. I need them to show me I deserve to be here. Louisville was never a competition to us. We still have a good unit. Everybody's more well rounded. We just don't rely on Jordan Travis. This is us. Let us in. Let us prove to you. Will they get beat by 21 by Michigan? Absolutely. But I would rather them get beat by 21 by Michigan than to not put them in, right? Than to not put them in and have to deal with all the controversy that comes after that. Because what if next year, right? It's the 12 teams, right? And you have a team that's undefeated, and then you have another team that's 11-1, and they're like, well, you lost your quarterback, so we're not putting you in the top seed. You don't get a bye. It starts a lot of traction that could go in the wrong way when you do that, I think.
And I don't think they're looking at that. I think they're looking at just that about quarterbacks right now. At this very moment, that I think that's what's being looked at. Just because of this win right here that should have been a loss, and then it'll be a really determined next week if they lose to Louisville, which I think they will.
You have a lot of faith in Jake Plummer.
Hey, it is what it is.
We're talking about the same Louisville that lost to Kentucky.
Yeah, that's a rivalry game too.
Yeah, and they got Mark Stoops was damn near on the Texas A&M plane, and
sure was.
He was on the plane. I'm gonna
say,
we talk about the coaches. Whoa, pause. You got too much dip on your chip. Kentucky? You think I'm taking the Kentucky coach?
Come on now. Whatever. You better send him back right now. But anyway.
We're gonna talk about that when we get to the coaches. But they lose to Kentucky, Louisville, and then I gotta go play Florida State on a neutral site. Can they stop Benson? Because they couldn't stop Ryan Davis.
We're gonna see. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna see.
I'll look as a Texas fan
in the conference championship game. I see Louisville showing up.
And as a Texas fan, I need Louisville to win, right? Because that's probably my only hope to getting in. Is like our resume is we beat Bama, we beat everybody else, we lost to a OU team. Oh well, but the team that we beat OU. So run it up. And Florida State's got 2 losses. I mean, got a loss to average Louisville team. Let us in. That's my hope. But Louisville over Florida State is for you. I don't know.
That's for me.
I don't know. That's for you. You for you. Not in this casa. All right, so more on talking less about the games. Clemson, you still buying stock in them?
Hey, bro, I think I can't even get into it right now because we're gonna get into coaches, but I don't know. I don't know. It's if Dabble's there,
Dabble will be there. Dabble's not going nowhere.
All right, but
too much money.
I guess I'll throw in a cool 20 or something. Let that sit.
You throwing so you buying a dip because it wasn't a really dominating game, right? Against South Carolina, it was a rivalry game. It wasn't really a dominating game, so it might be a little dip in there. So you buying a dip?
Yeah, I think so. I think I throw a little something in there. I don't know. It's weird just because weeks ago when we had this conversation and they were losing, and then Dab was throwing the quarterback under the bus, talking about he making the wrong decisions. He didn't listen to the play call, and then they go on a win streak, and everybody's back on the Clemson bandwagon. So that's why I'm like kind of indifferent, just because I don't want to just jump back on it after all this backlash and just talking. But I mean, like I said, I'll throw a cool 20, but that 20 is like on the edge, is like, but
you barely pushing it.
it's like,
you putting it in the candy machine, but you still holding it in the
I'm just like, do I really want to do this? But I guess.
Yeah. They gotta hit the transfer portal, and they gotta get the NIL money up, and they will. I think the boosters. I think this was the last year the boosters let Dabo run it his way, right? Let Dabo be like, all right, you ran it your way. We lost some key games because the way you ran it. Let's work together and let's get back to a national championship. Because if not, I don't see Dabo being there next year. No.
Yeah.
And if Dabo's not there next year, and let's say old man Saban retires, go retire Alabama Roll Tide. Why not? Right?
Why not?
Maybe a Colorado coaching position comes open. Cause the way that's
they just hired everybody apparently.
Hey, but I'm with you. I'm about to dip on Clemson, but we gotta talk about your boy. Your boy played a good game. I'm surprised. Drake May played a great game, but they got their ass beat by North Carolina State.
I don't know what the hell was going on in that game, because
threw 2 interceptions though.
They didn't stick to what they know. It's just they run the ball, and
yeah.
How many carries did you say he had? Like what?
9 carries for 27 yards.
Yeah, like what is going on? Drake May over here rushing for 106. Like, what is really happening over there? So, I mean, again, Drake May showing that he's all he can be, but he can only do so much, and also running the ball for some odd reason for 9 carries, 106. But I don't know. Carolina, it's always like this with Carolina. They have a win streak for a while. They look good at the beginning of the season. They go in, they have a close loss somewhere, and then they just take a dive. They just start losing random games for no reason, just to teams that they shouldn't even be in. What's it called? Like, they shouldn't even be losing to. NC State, sorry, but they're still decent. But I didn't see North Carolina really struggling. Obviously, I was wrong because of what happened, but I don't know. North Carolina is just such an inconsistent football team sometimes, and I don't know why I believe in them half the time. All I can do is believe in Drake May, apparently.
Hey, like I said, for your dreams to come true, somebody else got to be somebody else's nightmare. You feel me? Maybe that was Drake May had to lose that game to get his stats up because he threw for 67%.
Yeah,
you know. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't think. I think it's a coaching thing, to be honest with you. I think Mac Brown needs to go ahead and end it.
You think?
Yeah. He's 72 years old. Hasn't won an ACC title. Had a lot of stuff going on this year. Losing to Virginia. Losing to Clemson. Drake May not being the hottest quarterback, the Tez Walker situation. It's time to hang it up. It's basketball season in North Carolina. That's what it is. It's basketball season.
It's about that time.
About that time. Go ahead and hang it up and just, keep rocking. But, yeah, man, I'm excited to see where Drake May goes in the draft because you saying first round. And I think I think Caleb goes before Drake May does, for sure.
I see that. I see that.
I think Caleb
I
goes
was.
before Drake May, and I think Penix goes before Drake May.
Mm-hmm. I see that
But
too.
I don't see JJ McCarthy going before Drake May. I can promise you that.
Yeah,
If
definitely not. Definitely not. But I mean, I feel like Jake May could be uh, higher, but I think just because of what they did at USC and everything like that with Caleb, I think he'll go first. But I think I said this to you, or I don't remember, but USC quarterbacks do not perform well in the NFL, so that's why I'm just like, mm, I don't believe. But
Matt Leinart was all right, wasn't he?
Matt Liner,
He was with USC.
I know, but like, I don't think he did well in the NFL.
I think he did all right. Like, I think he won a playoff game.
Matt Liner,
Yeah.
I don't think that's right.
I had to check those facts. But I'm pretty sure he won a playoff game. But let's talk about your Heisman. You got 4 spots. 5, so yeah, you got 4 who go to New York. Who are you picking to go to New York?
Bo Nix
Grandfather
for
Bo.
sure.
Who?
I guess Penix. Let's see. Marvin Harrison. And what's Buddy name for LSU? I forgot his name.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels.
So you pick Bo Nix, Penix, Jaden Daniels, and Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
I need you to get that quarterback. Get that wide receiver out of here.
Why?
Need to get him out of here.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Wait. I changed my wide receiver. I'm gonna go with the other receiver. Napier, what's his last name? Napier from LSU.
Malik Neighbors.
Neighbors, yeah, Neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take him.
All right. Hear me out. Michael Penix. Bo Nix. Hell no. Caleb, I'm done with Caleb. Bro. I've been done with Caleb for a couple weeks. I finally saw the light that he was the problem. You feel me? I finally saw the light. But Bo Nix, Michael Penix, Jalen Daniels, and the 4th and 31 king, Milroe. You got to put Milroe in there, bro.
Nah.
You got to put Milroe. He had a bad start to the season. There was some internal issues with him and the coaches at Alabama. But I promise you, if he don't get to New York this year, next year, I promise you he'll be there.
Yeah, next
He's
year.
Only a sophomore.
Nah.
He's only a sophomore. So it's a bet he's gonna be there next year for sure. But yeah. whoever wins the Washington Oregon game will win the Heisman. So
yeah. I believe that.
But I'm glad we got that over because I need to get to this segment, bro. Let me tell you why I was on Twitter. I was at work, right? I was on Twitter at work. Mm-hmm. And they said Mark Stoops is the next coach for Texas A&M. I'm like, damn. Okay. You left Kentucky. You said that Kentucky has some NIL issues. You didn't have enough guys to compete with Georgia, so you going where the bag's at. I understand that. Cool. Right? So, I drive a little bit, pull over to the QT, give me something to drink. Brrrr. Mark Stoops is not the next coach of Texas A&M. Mark Stoops puts a statement out saying that, yes, I did get a call. And, me and my family looked over it, but we decided that we wanted to stay with Kentucky, and Kentucky is going to be my home. In my mind, I'm like, all right, cool, you stay with the team. But then reports come out that Mark Stoops is on the tarmac. Yep. And boy got off the plane, got on the steps. It wasn't no pep rally. It wasn't nobody with a suitcase full with a bonus. It was somebody in a black Yukon SUV that said, "Hey, go home, Roger,
Go home.
go home. This is not gonna work. We're sorry for wasting your time. Here, we're gonna pay for your jet back, right? We're gonna be courteous. We're gonna be gentlemen. Pay for your jet back. If you want something to eat, here's a gift card on us. You know,
Gift card
but
is crazy.
this is not what we wanted. You're part of Texas A&M Booster Club. Mark Stoops was a bad hire.
I saw what's it called? One of the reports, and he had like the same record as Jimbo. When Jimbo was at Texas A&M or something like that, and this is not my words. Somebody else on Twitter like, so you fired buyout Jimbo just to bring in like just the same person from Kentucky that has like the same exact track record and everything like that, which I get, but my question is like, did the coaching staff and the athletic director make this move without talking to the boosters, and then the boosters found out and they're like, "Hey, bro, we paid for this."
Facts. I'm seeing they saw it on Twitter. I promise you, they saw it. They're in a group chat, and somebody's like, "Oh, hey," they probably tried to slide it in. "Oh, hey, yeah, we made the hire. Mark Stoops is going to be on the way." And somebody was like, "What? Yeah. Mark who?" Somebody was like,
and "Hell no!" I'm talking about like, when did we have this meeting?
Fact, someone put their shoes on like, nah. Hey, someone put their shoes on, told their wife, "Hey, go make me some coffee. It's about to be a long night." Because they got me bent if they think I'm about to give them $30 million worth of our money, which I could have vacationed with, to go hire Mark Stoops, and I'm going to have another losing season or another disappointing season at Texas A&M. Now, reports come out that they did hire Mike Elko from Duke. Mm-hmm. Mike Elko has done a lot at Duke. He's been there, really turned around a school that was known for basketball into a pretty competitive team in ACC. They started off well this year, but a lot of injuries with the quarterback and a couple of defensive players kind of like hurt them. But yeah, man, boosters definitely made that call, and I promise you, if I was given $30 million. Boy, I would have been met him right on the tarmac before he even got through the steps. Hey, turn around. I don't know what they told you, my boy, but go ahead and turn around, pimp. Ain't nothing here for you. Ain't nothing, bro. Could you imagine? Because remember, Lane Kiffin was fired on the tarmac, right?
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin was fired on the tarmac. Could you imagine? You win the game, you upset in your rivalry, you beat Louisville. They say,
you riding high, bro. You riding high. I just got this new job.
Yeah, I'm about
to go play in the SEC. I'm about to have these top players. These people. What was their ranking for recruiting? Like number one or something.
Number 1 in 2023.
So I'm about to go in this. Yeah, and then you get there, and then somebody in the SUV is like, "Hey, bro. We don't want you.
We don't want you here, bro. I don't know who lied to you, pimp. Check your facts next time, right? Check your facts.
And the athletic director got to text you while you on the plane home to talk about, "Sorry, the booster stepped in. It's out of my hands." It's like,
no, they didn't even do that. They didn't even do that. You know how disrespectful Texas people are, bro. They didn't even do that. They hit that man with a bet and a block. You feel me? That's what they hit that man with. Bet and then block. As soon as he was like, "What happened?"
Just ghosted him. Left him all red. See, off to the back to Kentucky, bro. I can see it already. Especially in College Station. Nah, they
sent that man a care package. What is it? What's the? I give my wife, what is it all the time where you get like the fruits and the candies?
What's it called? The edible arrangements?
Yeah, they sent that man an edible arrangement today, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Just sorry.
No name, no nothing, just sorry.
Just sorry. He already know who it's from. Just a straight sorry. That's crazy.
You got to put out a statement, because I know he put in that notice to the athletic director in Kentucky. He's like, "I'm out." Then you got to walk back in there and walk yourself back. Like, "Hey, I was playing. I'm gonna stay here. I just wanted to see what's going on down there.
Facts, bro.
Craziness.
That is wild. Could you imagine?
Nah, man.
Like,
Ain't no wild for that. I was surprised that if what's it called that the boosters don't try to fire the athletic director and whoever else try to make that hire without their consent.
they probably was like, "This your last time, Jim, fucking with us." You feel me? This your last time.
quit,
This your
quit fucking
last.
with my money.
Yeah, this your last time really messing with my money, Jim. Next time it's gonna be repercussions and consequences. The
For sure.
next time you check in before you try to make a big boy decision like that, right? You
Right.
check in, cause nah, bro, that's wild. That's crazy. But
Yeah.
and then it was reports that Dabo was gonna leave. And I was like,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up too. It's just like there's rumors like he might want to go to A&M or whatever. I'm pretty sure them boosters like made that call after they saw that Mark Stoops and said, "Hey, bro, we got all this money. If you want to slide, come on."
I think it
And
was
then
a that
somebody
was
just
a
let that leak.
I think it was a
Then
play
somebody just let
by
that leak.
yeah. It was like played by Dabo's agent about hey, let's see how Clemson how much they love you. Let's just leak
Yeah.
that you may be going to Texas A&M. And he was like, all right, bet. Let's see how much they love me. And they're like, whoa, calm down. We know you have some struggles this season, but we didn't tell you had
Yeah.
to leave, right? But but yeah, man. So you had that Oregon State's head coach and probably whole staff is going to Michigan State.
I saw
Got
that.
that
Yeah.
call. Like after the game, you see DJ Iguodala just tweet, "Well, like yeah, but this is a business. You feel me? Welcome to the
Yeah.
business. You feel me? The business of college
Hmm.
football." Other firings that happened: Houston's coach got fired. Indiana's coach got fired. It's a lot going on. Oklahoma, sorry, offense coordinator is going to go be the new coach in Mississippi State,
Oh,
Leahy.
yeah, I see
So
that one.
yeah, that happened today. So it's a lot going around. And Mike Elko is Texas A&M coach. So a lot going around. Colorado's tight end coach resigned. He was like their top recruiter, I guess, as a coach. So he's gone. So
Mm.
I guess you can kind of see why Antoine Hill decommitted the quarterback decommitted from Colorado today. So it's gonna be a crazy offseason. Transfer portal's
Yeah.
going crazy. Um, so yeah, people need quarterbacks. People need offensive linemen. People need defensive tackles. Other
Yep.
than that, you recruited in the portal. Go get you some offensive linemen. Go get you a quarterback. Go get you some defensive tackles. But
Yep.
bro, I couldn't imagine. Well, they had to pay me a fee to get back on my plane because I got to talk to somebody.
Yeah, for
I'm gonna
sure.
have to talk to somebody. But all right, we're gonna do this at the end. But AP poll came out today. Disappointing, to say the least, from me because I was like, "Ain't no way." Texas got snubbed, but as you know, Texas always gets snubbed. You got Georgia is 1, Michigan is 2, Washington is 3, Florida State is 4, Oregon number 5. Ohio State, who's lost, by the way, to Michigan, Ryan Day can't beat Michigan. 7 Texas, 8 Alabama, 9 Missouri, 10 Penn State, 11 Ole Miss, 12 Oklahoma, 13 LSU, 14 the Fafita agenda continues. Arizona, 15 LSU, 16 Notre Dame, 17 Tulane, 18 Iowa, 19 Oklahoma State, 20 Liberty, who finished the season undefeated. Congratulations to them. 21 North Carolina State, 20, 22 Oregon State, 23 Toledo, 24 James Madison, who is going bowling because there's not enough 6 win teams this year. So
Oh,
they're
for real?
gonna get they're gonna go bowling. Them and Jacksonville State, which I'm kind of
Dang,
excited for. And then number
that's dope.
25 SMU. So a lot of disappointment with me because don't think Oregon should have jumped Texas. Or I mean, not. I don't think Ohio State should still be in front of Texas, and they just lost. And yeah, this is what that is. You know what that is. But we got to pick our 8
Well,
teams for this playoff. So.
but why? Because they lost to what's it called? Number 4 at the time, or number 2 at the time, Michigan. So
Yeah.
and Texas just beat Tech. So why should Ohio State? I mean, why should Texas be over Ohio State?
Ohio State has their best win is Penn State. Our best win is Alabama. Think about that. Come on, bro. Their best win is Penn State. Our best wins is Alabama. Like, their loss is Michigan. Our loss is Oklahoma. I guess you could say that's where where your loss is worse because of what Oklahoma is right now. Never can count on the Sooners to do their job, but we beat Bama in Tuscaloosa. Tuscaloosa. I can't even say that goddamn
Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa. We beat Bama at the crib at their house, right? We beat Bama in their crib. Went down there and spanked that ass in that crib. We deserve to be in the top 6, bro. I don't know what's going on, but
all right.
Tuesday, pick your top 4. Who do you want? Now remind you, this is our committee. Yeah, your top 4 and then your first 2 out. This is our committee. Really, your committee and my committee. But
gotcha.
We ain't worried about strength of schedule. We just who you want to see top 4 play.
All right. Well, Georgia got to stay number 1. I guess Michigan. I can't go against them right now. I'm gonna say Oregon, and then Texas, and then the first 2 out, it'd be Ohio State and Florida State. I mean, they're undefeated, so I gotta stick with them, I guess. I mean, I don't want to, but I can't argue with their record right now. So
I can respect that. Bama's just not in your radar. I can't respect that, but yeah, I get you.
They almost lost.
Georgia almost lost to Auburn. The same team.
Weeks ago. I'm talking
here we go. Weeks ago.
I'm talking about last night.
You're right. I got Georgia number 1. I got Michigan as number 2. I got Oregon as number 3. And I'm putting Texas as number 4. The first 2 out, I got Bama and I got Florida State out. Ohio State does not deserve to be up there. They don't have the resume. They don't deserve to be up there, bro. All they beating is Penn State, bro. Penn State can't even throw the ball down the field.
We're about the same except for the first 2 out.
You said what?
We're about the same except for the first 2 out.
Yeah, I actually got some respect for the SEC. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You were on the Ryan Day train. You want and you know what? If his whole career he never beats Michigan, I want to see how many times he can lose to Michigan until he gets fired. I'm saying one more time. That's all I'm saying. One more time, he's out of there. He could go to the playoffs. He could go to the playoffs next year and lose in the semifinals. He's out of there.
Because he didn't beat Michigan.
Because he didn't beat Michigan.
Man, get the hell out of here.
All right. So the title game is next week. We got to make our picks. I don't have the stats from our last week picks because I lost them. So I'll probably have to go back and listen to that. But The Conference U.S. Championship game, you have New Mexico State versus Liberty. Who are you taking?
I'm gonna go with Liberty. They undefeated right now. I'm gonna just keep rolling with them.
I agree. I'm gonna go with Liberty. They're undefeated. New Mexico State did beat Auburn, but I think it was a fluke. But that's Friday. Pac-12. I know you're probably going with Oregon, but Oregon against Washington.
Oregon for sure.
I'm gonna go Oregon too. Someone's telling me to change my mind. Someone's telling me Penix is not 100%. He's not 100%, and
He was 100%.
nah, I think he's hurt.
I know, but I said it. But even if he was 100%,
Oh, even if whoa, a lot of dip on your chip now. You feel me? 100% Penix. Put the work on y'all boys the first time.
all right. You act like we got blown out or something.
You didn't get blown out, but you did get that L. It matters. These are W's and L's.
Y'all lost Oklahoma, so.
Oh, hey, true that. But we did lose Bama. I'm gonna ride that wave until the end of the day. Oklahoma State versus Texas.
Texas.
You already know Longhorns, Texas. Georgia versus Alabama.
I'm still rolling with Georgia.
I'm going to Alabama. I think this is going to be that time Georgia's done deal. Michigan, Iowa. Would it not be so crazy if Iowa pulls off this upset?
I wish they would
not be crazy.
I don't see it. I've seen these Iowa scores like when I'm doing my tickets for parlays and stuff. And bro, like what? How are they winning games?
Bro, their defense is legit. That's it.
Is it?
Could you
Michigan.
The under was 24 and a half. It was the lowest under ever recorded on Sportsbook, 24 and a half. And it was 20. That's what the game was. 20, what was it? 23.
Okay.
That's what the game ended. Okay. Crazy. Louisville, Florida State.
I'm going Louisville. I think they're going to pull it off.
Florida State. And I really want Louisville to win, but I'm not Florida State. I need the committee to snub them and to say good luck next year. But Florida State. And the last one, SMU versus Tulane. This will be a good game. SMU lost their starting quarterback, Preston Stone, and the quarterback from is it South Oak Cliff? Some Dallas school down here, Pleasant Grove. The quarterback of the Pleasant Grove that won the first state title, he is actually the backup for Preston Stone. So he's going to get the start against Tulane.
I don't really know much about these teams, so I'm gonna just since they don't have a starting quarterback, just go with Tulane.
I'm gonna go SMU. SMU's got a pretty good defense, so. But all right, man. We got to pick a game going to next year. I want to do this on the podcast because you kind of be ducking. When I be like, "Yo, which game we gonna go to?"
What do you mean? You sent me like 85 games. You said we got to go to this game. We got to go to this one.
I want to go. Listen, I want to go to
Michigan. We got to go Ohio State, Michigan. We got to go Texas, Oklahoma. We got to go Alabama, Auburn. I'm like, bro, hey, chill out. I'm not made of money.
And we're not Connor Stallions, you feel me? We just can't be out here everywhere. So hear me out. Red River rivalry. I'm for sure going. I think Cody's gonna come. So for sure that's happening. I'm going. I don't know if you're gonna be here, but I will be going to that one.
Did you say that game wasn't happening? Who said that?
No, that game's happening. They're not getting rid of it.
I don't know why I thought I heard that, but anyway.
So out of the games that happened this week, right? Or the rivalry games that happened this week, where would you want to go?
Ohio State, Michigan be dope. Or what's it called? Alabama and Auburn too with the Iron Bowl. That'd be dope.
We gotta go to Alabama though. Gotta go to Tuscaloosa.
Tucanina. Toucan sauce.
I want to go to Ohio State versus Michigan. No, go ahead.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? When is y'all got the date for the Red River rivalry? Shoot, now I'm messing no words.
The Red River rivalry, yeah, it's the first week of the fair. Let me make sure that I am on here.
So what's that? End of September? Because the fair over here is like the middle of September, so it hits Dallas at like close to the end or third week.
Wait, the fair be coming there in it would come to Lubbock?
Yeah, it's not like the fair over there, but it's still fair.
So yes, end of September. So it's gonna be the 14th is the game. Hold on, I gotta look at the calendar because. So the 20th, the 21st, the 21st or the 28th, okay. Yeah. 21st or the 28th.
I'll see what I got. Move some things around.
If we don't go there, right?
You said you're going there regardless.
Well, I'm going there regardless, but if we can't go to the Ohio State Michigan game, which my girl does not like the cold. I don't know about yours, but my girl is not. My girl does not like the cold at all. So, I think we should try to go to the Florida State versus Florida game. In
I forgot about that one.
In Tallahassee. I think that would be dope.
I didn't even think about that one. I completely forgot. Yeah, that one would be cool too.
Tallahassee would be dope. It's a college town. Get some good food down there. You know what I mean? Party a little bit. Get a little rowdy.
I don't party.
Yeah, okay.
Oh. Alright, whatever.
Oh, man. But that's it for the Over and Under podcast this evening. We appreciate y'all coming out. Appreciate you being here, listening to us talk, and give you the updates on the college football world and the games and the bullshit. If you can, please leave a comment, subscribe to the YouTube. All the links will be in the description. Also, go follow us on Over&Under Pod 23 on Instagram and give us a follow, give us a shout out. Yeah, man, we appreciate y'all. We're gonna keep doing this even when the season's over. We're coming up with some new content. We're gonna see what James has come up with because I don't. Maybe we gotta leave him on the tarmac, right? Because he may be one of them coaches. You know, we gotta call him. But as always, we appreciate you. Appreciate the people in Belgium. Appreciate everybody around the United States listen to the podcast. James, you got anything else for the people?
Oh, that's it. Hey, don't listen to this man. They're not gonna fire this dude over one game.
They are. I'm telling you. Listen, when it happens, if he doesn't win next year, and it happens, I'm coming back to this and I'm clipping it. They're going to fire Ryan Day if he does not beat Michigan next year, even if he goes to the playoffs. All right.
That don't even make sense, but all right.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming out. We out.